gated community? How many of you know someone who lives in a gated community? Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Did you know that in Orlando, Osceola County, and Volusia County, there are over 2,000 homeless people. And there are over 7,000 that are children. The gated community that I'm speaking of is probably not the same one that you had a thought of. Picture this, downtown Orlando. The backdrop of one of the largest soccer stadiums you've ever seen in your life. Beautiful design. Backdrop, huge buildings. I think it's SunTrust Bank, Bank of America. You look to your east and you look to your west, and that's all you see is the beautiful Orlando. Right on the side of that is the gated community that I'm speaking of, and that is Central Florida Homeless Community. That's the gated community. My planning and implementing project was to be a part of helping people who don't have all the means to be able to help themselves. And I use this principle, the CCU principle. Collaboration, community, and unity. Collaboration. The collaboration piece came together with myself, which is my mentor program, Daughters of Valor, the faith-based program that I'm a part of, Walk by Faith International, as well as Hope One, which was my best friend who drove all the way from Tampa because she saw a need here in Orlando to help people that were homeless. That's the collaboration piece. Because it takes people working together, collaborating their ideas and their resources so that we can be a help to the community. Community. We have two communities that we're talking about here tonight. One community is the faith-based community, an opportunity for you to give back to people who can't give anything back to you. I often think that it almost feels like the homeless people are almost like an eyesore that we've forgotten about them. That's the community that I'm speaking of. That community where there are people that are on the street, some by no means of their own. Possibly they had medical expenses. Maybe they had a health issue. Maybe they just lost their job. And a lot of these people in that community are veterans. And a lot of them were people who have been displaced, maybe from hurricanes that we've experienced, bad weather. Any of us in this room, at any time of life, could be faced with that particular situation. So with the C, collaboration, community, it takes unity. And how did we pull that together that day? It was a warm Sunday afternoon. We drove up with 4 nice vehicles from Alexis all the way down. And we pulled into an area that's outside of that gated community, which holds Central Florida homeless. There's a group of people that only bed down at night. Inside the shelter itself, there are families. There are people who are improving from drug addiction. There are people who are men that are displaced. But then there's that other group that was outside the gate. And this was that group that we wanted to target that day to bring hope. And what is hope? Hope is a desire to see things better. That's what hope is. And we wanted to show love and acceptance for that group of people. As we pulled up, we placed 4 large tables in front of them. Before we could even set the tables up, they knew why we were there. And they began to rush to us quickly. We barely had time to set the tables. That day we bought hygiene bags, similar to this. It's a large bag full of things that you and I have in our bathrooms and we don't think anything of it. Toothbrush, wipes, hand sanitizer, toothpaste, just the basic necessities. The people were elated. They said, we have people that come and give us food, but these are items that we don't get enough of and we need them. It also included socks. We had long sleeve shirts in there and jeans, and we also had shoes. The one story that stood out to me was a gentleman that needed shoes for work. He said, I'll take any size you have, I'll tie it on my feet because I need shoes for work. We had a basket much bigger than this, and it was filled with fruit, and we gave water that day. We don't think of fruit. We buy fruit, we eat half of it, we throw it away. They ate that fruit like they'd never had fruit before. And it put me in the mind of how I felt as a child on Christmas Day. The one thing I looked forward to besides the toys was the basket of fruit. Because typically in our community, we got fruit usually at Christmas time. You could eat all that you wanted. Well, that day was a day of hope, a day of love, and Christmas for those people that we met on the street that day. I challenge each and every one of you here today not to pass a homeless person on the street, but you are the hope that they see. Toastmaster.